6, 7, 8.
Oh,
We're back.
we're back. Okay, we told you before we were back, and then life started lifing again. So we are actually back in the studio. Cheers.
And life might life again next week, but we're going to do our best.
Exactly. Oh, I forgot to drink. I always forget, huh? I mean, cheers, you're supposed to drink. Okay.
All right, so let's get the meat and potatoes. Not meat and potatoes. Let's get the, what's it called?
Meat and potatoes.
Okay, the meat and potatoes out of the way. Like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and shout out to Destiny Cloud Sessions.
Okay.
Because without you, there would be no us.
I know he's sick of us, but we're back. So, Drop an Acre podcast. We are going to try to get back on track, whatever that is at this point, because life is life. And so, you know, we've been through a whole lot in this short period of time, but we're going to try to normalize
If
our
there
crazy.
what is a normal? What is normal?
I don't know. That's why I said we're going to try to normalize it and find a new normal so that we can get back and get consistent.
Yes, and if you, just in case you forgot, I'm Foxxcee.
And I'm Dr. Ellyn.
How are you?
I am. I think, am I? Yes, I am. So, okay, so now, you know, last episode we told you we're all fired out. We told you what happened, how it happened. We don't know why it happened, but now we are trying to get back to normal. And so I just want to check in with you first. How are you?
Over it.
You see the shirts? Because, oh my.
I'm doing okay. I mean, I have my good days. I have my bad days. I have my crazy days, but I had all that before the fire. So I guess everything is copacetic.
Okay, so we know that you're back at home.
Yes.
What's that like? I wouldn't know because I'm no longer around the corner.
I know, that's so sad. Being back at home, I've been back at home for what? I don't know.
Maybe a month and a half.
Maybe a month. I think we had a problem figuring this out last time.
Right.
But I think it's because being back at home, I'm still feeling like I'm displaced.
Right.
And that's just because all the work that's going on in the house and the them coming back and doing different things for the cleaning. Right now, they still haven't, I didn't even realize until I'm trying to figure out why it's so cold in my house that they took the insulation out, but they haven't put the insulation back in.
Oh, wow.
And then they just came back maybe 2 weeks after the last time they were here to finish power washing. And I'm like, why you couldn't power wash all in one day? My house ain't that damn big.
Right.
So stuff is going on. I got boxes everywhere and still living off my donation.
Okay.
Off, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, because
Still living off my donations.
Make it cute.
Man. So I think that normal just hasn't really set in yet. I'm not even sure what that's going to look like when it does set in, but I know that I'm ready for it. I'm tired. I'm over it. Really, I'm over it.
But if you're trying to get back what was, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So you have to create this new normal because all that stuff is gone. All those, everything is just done. We can't walk out the house and have the same day that we had. Riding the bikes, doing all that. It's
Man,
just
and when
not
my
the
husband
same.
drives me crazy, I can't come around the corner like, honey, I'm home and bother you guys. It's different. It's definitely different.
Well, I'm glad you are at least at home because I'm still looking at a lot for the rubble.
Yeah.
You know, there's progress though. There's a lot of progress happening in the neighborhood. I got the call for them to come and remove the rubble. So
yeah, remember I called you the other day like somebody's in your driveway.
Right. You know, I went over there.
Did you?
Yes.
Who was it?
The workers.
Oh,
they were doing the neighbor's house.
Well, why were they in your driveway?
Exactly. And I told them, why are y'all in my driveway if you're not cleaning up my rubble? What is going on?
Right? Like I need to benefit from this some kind of way.
My time? I said, what? They had 2 cars in my driveway, like all backed up. Like, excuse me, sir, this is my house. Oh, it is?
I'm gonna need you to start paying for parking.
Right. Or I'm gonna need you to get that truck over there and get in here and get this stuff up. So there's progress.
So what does that look like now that they've given you the call? What's next?
I'm waiting for another call from the contractor. They say it should come within a few days. So within the next few days, they should. You have to go
You
walk
have
through.
house in that?
You know, if I could just where my
Right?
powers, I don't have them.
They don't work.
No, not at all. But so I have to meet the contractor over there and do a walkthrough. So they'll tell me what they will remove, if there's anything they won't remove. They just kind of, tell you.
So
and then
do they, if they find anything else, do they give it to you?
Yes,
Okay.
and you can request.
Okay.
You can say, in this area, if you find whatever, or this is where this happened, and they'll take a look for you. So they're really, really compassionate. A neighbor of mine, I hope she doesn't mind me sharing, because I'm going to share. But she, was just superwoman, like the most of us, trying to be really, really strong, hide her emotions and all of that. And then when they called her for the debris removal, she just broke all the way down. She called me. Oh my gosh, I said, exactly. Congratulations.
Speaking of breaking down, I think you lied. You need to correct yourself, because afterwards we had a conversation and you lied.
And well, I didn't lie. I didn't remember.
Okay, I'll
That's
take
the
that.
brain. The brain is tricky. So after our last episode, my husband was like, babe, you remember you did cry. He said he thought about it. And he was like, you did cry? And I said, I did.
So in case you guys are lost, in the last episode,
that's right.
I asked her, had she cried yet? Has she
Right.
had a breakdown after all of the stuff that happened? And she said no.
And I said, no, I don't, my mind won't let me, whatever. But he reminded me, and it took a minute, which is so crazy, because he was like, remember? I was like, no, absolutely not. I do not remember. Remember, we went to the hotel and whatever. So let me tell you what happened. Basically, we were trying to find a place to stay, which was really difficult, and we pulled up to a hotel. I have stayed in that hotel before when I was...
What was you doing?
I was running away from my problems. So not with him though. This is long time ago. But I had stayed there before, and so it was a comfortable place. And when we pulled up and parked, I just said, I can't do this. I cannot stay here. I can't stay here. And it was just waterworks. And then I got tough again. But
and that's how you forgot it.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
it just
because
passed real fast.
Yeah. So yes, I did cry, but I think that was a reaction to, like, oh my God, what the heck just happened, right?
But it's a healthy reaction,
Of
because
course.
we've talked about that before. When people
course.
go through trauma, everybody, of course, handle it differently.
Of course.
But that is actually essential, because you need to release that. So when you're
Yes.
moving on forward,
Exactly.
it's just a little bit more positive.
Right, which is what I explained to her. I said, it's okay for you to cry. You actually need to, because you cannot move on to the next phase unless you release what you're feeling and heal from that. I said, the next phase, we should be able to enjoy it. We are designing new homes, building new homes, starting anew, restoring everything, and you're supposed to be able to enjoy it. But if you hold on to what you lost, you're going to hate it. You're not going to enjoy your house. You're not going to do any of that. So she was like, okay. And I was like, no, congratulations. I hope you cry again. And so have I done that? Not completely. I still have so much on my plate with the family and making sure everybody is okay and that mom is doing okay.
Right.
By the way, mom's doing better, everyone. So I just talked to her, and she said, I have the energy, and I'm like, oh, praise God. I've been praying for that.
Good, yeah.
But there's so much. There's so much to unpack. There's every day there's a new layer.
Physically,
Yes.
mentally,
Yes.
spiritually, socially,
Yes.
everything.
Yes. So
One of the things that I have been struggling with is just being able to give myself grace and realize that some of the things that I want to accomplish, on my own, or my own goals and stuff that have suffered, that I have to realize it's not from lack of motivation, lack of determination, it's just it's just been a lot.
Right.
And I have to just give myself grace and realize, okay, you did it. You've been through it.
Right.
And you've been through probably the most difficult time in your life and you survived it.
Right.
So now it's time to look forward to what's on the other side.
Right.
And that's probably the same thing that you were, telling the lady.
Right. And I realized something today too. First of all, I'm a firm believer of God never puts more on you than you can handle, and everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
So for me, one of my greatest and worst traits is that I feel like I need to save the world. Thanks, Mom. But but in doing that, I had a conversation with someone today, and I said, I can't save the world anymore. Because all of those tools and things that I built up and had, that when somebody called and said, can you do this? Absolutely, I got you. I don't have any of that anymore.
But not to mention, you need it for yourself, too.
But so I'm looking like, you know what? You put yourself, how do I explain this? You were limiting yourself because you were only dealing with people on that level. And I had been saying, it's time to branch out. It's time to level up. It's time to do all of this. But because I was very familiar in that space and I had it, everything was smooth. I didn't have any problems, bills were paid. I was comfortable. But that's the problem.
But those were the anchors that you had already dropped, and you picked that shit back up real quick.
Yes.
Real quick.
Right. And so now it's like God said, I'm going to take all that from you because you won't do it. You won't just push that to the side. Those things, you've already checked those boxes. Stop going back.
Right.
And if you branch out, you can help so many more people. That's the gift that I gave you. But you are pigeonholing yourself. So I'm going to take it all away. So to me, that's my reason for going through this whole process, because I do believe that everyone is going to have a different lesson.
Right.
And it's all about growth and rebirth and what they say, rising from the ashes like the phoenix, all of that. And I'm looking forward to that. But
I think that was the title of one of our episodes. Yes.
Okay. So then there it is, right? But I think it's very important to put this whole thing in perspective and realize it doesn't have to be a loss.
Yeah, you have to look at it differently.
You be an optimist.
Because it is a loss, but you have to look at it differently so it doesn't feel like a loss.
But there are so many things that can't be taken away from you. Yes, we lost mementos and pictures and things like that, but how much fun would it be to try to go recreate some of those mementos? So my son, one of the first things I said was, oh no, all of his things from kinder and from all of that. Well, we have those memories. I can look at the Christmas tree and see the ornaments. How about we just go remake them?
Right.
Part 2. So it doesn't have to be such a substantial loss because we have life.
Yeah.
And we're still capable of putting the pieces back together, thankfully. Thankfully. So I'm just looking at it. Yes, I'm looking at it like, wow, the world is our oyster right now, and we can do whatever we want to do. I can have the house that I want to have. Well, I will, because I'm going to show you. But it's like, think about it.
Yeah.
Yes,
you have
it's
to count
difficult.
your blessings.
No, nobody said it would be easy, but then nothing's easy. Everything comes with challenges. So I guess if I had to give somebody some advice that's going through something really traumatic, is try not to look at the loss. Try to turn it around and find the positive aspects of it. How can you recreate? If there's a memory, recreate a positive memory. If there's a connection, go reconnect. If they're like, I forgot the keys again, the dad's keys. I forgot them. But for those keys, I decided not to restore them. I decided to put them in a shadow box.
Okay.
I don't want to forget the memory because that's a positive memory. Remembering the moment that I was able to pull something very special out of the rubble. So I don't want to restore that. The coins that I found, we're going to make art.
Oh, we are.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's a part of the recovery. So we know awaken, restore to transform, right?
Absolutely.
The art process. So we went through this traumatic experience. Coming back and bouncing back is the restoration part. But guess what? A total transformation on the other side. Mind, body, and spirit.
Mm-hmm. And they say, I mean, at least in my fitness world, they always say, without challenge, there is no change.
Right.
And that is relevant to this situation as well.
Right. And we are changing every day. And we're growing because I'm telling you, I have had so many people tell me, how can you be so positive? They said, if I were in that situation, I wouldn't be able to do it. Not true. Not true. You have to go through it to know that you can go through it. Because I'm telling you, I would never have thought that you could tell me that in one night my entire family would lose their homes, their security, excuse me, some of us who work from home, our jobs. Like, I'm walking around here like I'm just...
Ooh, I'm getting old. Whew, excuse me.
Did you just yawn in the middle of the...
You know what time it is? It's like,
early.
It's 2 hours away from my bedtime. I'm just saying. But I'm here, though.
Right. But, I mean, you know, who would have thought that in a night you could lose all of that and could be walking around with a smile on your face, you know, our faces. So it is possible to overcome anything. And thanks for your support. And I'm grateful that we're all going through it together because that helps so much.
I miss being at the hotel when I could just be like right there. Like,
well, I mean, this process is happening quicker than expected too. So I hope the momentum keeps up, you know, so that, because the architect, we're meeting with her. We are moving right along. So a year.
Well, that's good.
I just want to encourage anybody who's going through anything major in their lives. Just once again, as we always say, grab onto your support system.
Absolutely.
Know that it's possible for you to get through it, even in the bleakest times, even when you have nothing, you can recover. Because when I tell you, God sent his angels all around us,
Absolutely.
because we did not have... Well, you had booty shorts, but we didn't have...
Go watch the last episode.
Not to have a Q-tip, not to have a second pair of shoes, not to... We didn't even have a jacket.
I had my Uggs and I had my Croc Rain boots. I think that was it.
I had these boots. These are going to ride with me because these are special because they made it.
I was trying to figure out why I had my Croc Rain boots. Like,
and you wore them one day
I
too.
did.
Like,
I wore them a lot of days.
So our new fashion trend came out of the rubble. You see, we brought it back. So
yes, because every T-shirt we got, we was like, oh, we gonna make it cute.
Like, we gonna cute it up, bro. And everybody's like, really? You guys are cute today. Like, okay.
This was just donated.
Like, yes. Like, I'm homeless, but I don't have to look like it.
That part.
So, but yeah. So, I mean, you guys continue to pray for us. But we're doing okay. And we want to encourage you to just, whatever's happening, just grasp on to the positive side of it if you can. Because there is a silver lining in every story. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Through trauma is triumph, and it's possible.
And if there's anybody out there who is going through anything, whether it's the Eaton fire, the Palisades fire, or whatever it is, and you need some of our energy, we here for you.
We can give
got
it to
enough
you.
to spread around.
We can share. We can share.
So please hit us up and see how we can help you, because so many people reached out and helped us, and not to put her back on the anchor that she already dropped and trying to help everybody, but we got a little energy to share. We do.
Well, like I said, that's my purpose, but it's so much greater now.
Right.
It's like my reach is so much farther. So, you know, we're going to be popping in and talking about this type of stuff because we know that it can help someone else. And then we also want you to interact with us. If you know somebody who is struggling with not only the fire, we're just speaking about our experience right now, but whatever traumatic experience they are dealing with, please tell them, watch the episode, reach out to us, because we can't cover everything in our short episodes, but we can interact with you. We have so much more to give.
With you.
We have so much more. I don't know. I think some of our episodes are going to morph into something else, because my heart is telling me that we need to do some different type of pieces where we can really touch on people's stories more. But we'll see.
We don't have the rec table.
Anybody seen our rec table? Because it's gone. That's okay. We'll be back.
We're gonna create a whole new rec table.
Right. It might not be the rec table. It might be the circle table. I don't know. But it'll be a table, right? But no, we are going to be more consistent. We are going to come with some new ideas. And you guys just be patient with us and give us the grace that we need to get through this. And we're going to be back and strong. You see, my brain is not even working. I'm stumbling over my words. It's just, this fog is real. This thing, but we're here. And we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for sticking with us and supporting us. And even though we haven't been as consistent as we would like to be or have been in the past, we appreciate that you're hanging in there with us.
Right.
And we hope that you come back again.
Because we have some more stuff for you.
Yes, but right now, we're
over this part, okay? So we'll see you soon.
Don't forget, turn on those post notifications, like, share, subscribe. And if you need anything from Destiny Cloud Sessions, all the information will be linked below.
Thank you so much. We love you.